While we're waiting for the developer to restore our beautiful farm in White Knight Gulch for Bunny back to its former glory, meanwhile that patch is dropping tomorrow on the 2nd of August, which will increase the mob density for the Bunny farm for the reactor this week. I did also want to share two cool farms for FREYNA, which is also available this week, depending on how you want to build her and which primary weapon you want to use. So the first one we're going to look at is actually just basically if you are planning on running a general rounds FREYNA, meaning like you're thinking of using something like Python, which is phenomenal on FREYNA, or of course Fallen Hope. Now both of these are general rounds guns, so you want to have a reactor that can mount that. The other thing that is super important is you also want a reactor that goes tech. That's because all of FREYNA's skills that you actually want to use in the game are all tech skills. Venom Trauma is a tech skill, Putrid Venom is a tech skill, and Venom Baptism is a tech skill. So basically what you're looking for is you're looking for a reactor that is general rounds, and then you want it to be toxic, and then you want it to be tech. So when looking at the map, we can simply go and we can search, and we can say view other difficulty hard, because we have to do this on hard of course, so we can target farm, and we can say difficulty rewards. So as mentioned, we are looking for general rounds, and we're looking for toxic, and we're looking for tech. That's going to give us the Frozen Valley, this area right here, and specifically the one that we're looking for is Command Relay. Now this is a mission that you can do, and it's got waves of enemies. It's inside one of these bubbles. In fact, let's quickly go do it together while I have you here, and it summons all these enemies into this bubble, and you have to stay inside the bubble. You guys know what I'm talking about. And there's 3 different bosses that spawn, and there's a chance for you to get just a bunch of reactors from all of these guys, and obviously there's also some crafting mats that you can get from that. So it's just all in all a really good farm. Now, before we get into the actual farm and run that, I do also just want to mention that, of course, you can farm it with any character. So you're going to see me do it with Bunny. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can farm the fastest with Bunny, and so will you. And it's very important that you get yourself a farming set. So you want to get yourself a set that has increased drop chance on equipment, increased drop chance on reactors, increased gold, increased XP, all of that. So I'm just flashing these 4 pieces of armor here. You should be looking for something like that, because that's just overall going to increase the yield that you get when you do any kind of farm, including this one that I'm just about to show you. So as we go in here, we're just going to activate. This is Command Relay right here, and it's going to spawn us up the mission there. And as I mentioned, it's going to be one of these bubbles, and we're just going to be killing everything inside the bubble. So there'll be a bunch of enemies that are going to be charging us down, and you can kill some stuff that's on the outside there. And you're going to get a mixed match of reactors dropping, but here we go. Toxic Mechanics Reactor. That is the one that we're looking for. So you're just going to run around in circles here, as you do with Bunny. And you're just going to murder everything, and you're just going to pick up all the reactors. And you're going to get a fairly decent yield of reactors here. Of course, there are some purple ones that are also going to drop, which are not like exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for the yellow reactors, because we want 160% additional damage. The purple reactors are a little bit more lenient with which weapon you mount, but they only give 140. So ideally we want a nice, that was a boss, we want a nice 160 reactor. There's another toxic mechanic, so we're just going to keep on going. We have someone joining us here for some fun, and of course we are going to be blasting these dudes on the outside here. They might drop some stuff as well. Oops, we got a little bit of a hitch there. They might be dropping some things as well, but it's important to stay inside. We can loot afterwards, because if you're in a group, then this health will actually deplete quite fast. So you gotta just like stay in the middle. So let's just do that. There's another reactor down there. This guy seems to want to run in front of me the whole time, which is absolutely something I detest with fucking Bunny. Okay, anyway, and then we're just killing everything. Dude, we have like a full house now. Holy shit. But okay, as you can see, I think the point stands. Bunch of fucking reactors are dropping, and we're going to be able to check some of those out afterwards. And as I said, this is general rounds reactors, so this is going to be good if you want to be running like a Python or a Fallen Hope. So the last boss should be spawning up here any time now. Maybe not quite just yet. I forget how many waves of enemies there are that come. It's quite a bit though. And as mentioned, this is actually an area where you come to farm some of the late game crafting mats as well. Specifically that polyatomic ion particle that you saw that just dropped there. Oh my god, I got hit by the AoE. So you'll just buy, artificially or you know, by accident also just accumulate that resource because you're just, you know, doing this already. There we go. And then of course the final reactor that drops is going to be related to the actual, you know, drop of the mission. But here's another 2 toxic ones here, and I think we got like a couple of more mods and stuff over here. But in any case, looking at what we got now, you can see that we pretty much should have, yeah, 1 2 3 4 7 of them a drop. And there's a Fallen Hope one, there's a Thunder Cage one, there's a Thunder Cage one, Thunder Cage, Fallen Hope, Divine Punishment, and Fallen Hope. So no pythons, but the point is we did get some ones here. Here's one with skill cooldown and critical hit damage, which is not bad. I don't mind that. And yeah, so that's it. That's the farm for specifically if you want to be using a general rounds gun on FREYNA. Then for our second farm, if you're a distinguished person of taste and you are thinking of building a FREYNA that uses Secret Garden as the main weapon, meaning that you can basically apply the effect of Secret Garden, which is pretty damn good on FREYNA as well, because if you use a tech skill, it grants the unique ability Pest Control with a set chance. Pest Control basically, you know, just juices you up and makes you deal a whole bunch more damage when you shoot your weapon. So definitely this is a pairing made in heaven that you can absolutely do as well. This week you can also farm this quite easily and with a bunch of reactors to drop. So once again, using the same, you know, method that we did before, is we're going to go to difficulty rewards, and in this case we want to be filtering for special rounds because Secret Garden uses special rounds. So we're going to go special rounds, and then the same thing as before, we're going to go toxic, we're going to go tech, and that's going to give us the Vermilion Waste area. And this is of course on Agna Desert. Now right by this teleporter we have this mission here, Baggage Transport Base, and this is by far the best one to do for this. And the simple reason is that it's one of these where you have to stand in that small little circle and, you know, dismantle the Kuiper. I guess it's like a Kuiper fucking something, but you have to stand in 7 of them, and during that time a bunch of enemies will charge you down like you're seeing these fucking guys do over here, and all of them drop a ton of loot, aka reactors. So we can just kick this off quickly, and I'll do this with you as well. I'm going to just cut out the middle part so that you guys don't have to watch me do all 7 of these, and then we can quickly see how many reactors we got from one run. Alrighty, and as we just finished up here now, quickly kill these last dudes and we can have a look. So basically managed to snag 4. I did have somebody else join, so it's probably a good idea to do this solo so that you can sort of like drag it out and get more enemies to come. If you play this particular mission in a group, then you can, you know, disable multiples of these at a time by standing in them, which means that the mission goes by quicker and you get less enemies to attack you. But we got 4 to drop here. Same thing once again, Toxic Mechanics Reactor, only now you've got Greg's Reversed Fate in there that can be mounted, King's Guardland. So we didn't see any Secret Gardens in this one, but yeah, this is another one that you can do. It's super easy to play. There's no difficult encounters or anything like that, and you can just, you know, turn on whichever show you're watching at this particular time and just farm to your heart's content. Enjoy. And that's for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know where you are farming this week. We should be seeing that bunny farm in White Knight Gulch returning tomorrow on the 2nd of August, which is good. That means we can go hunt for that best in slot reactor as well. But this can tide us over in the meanwhile to buff our FREYNA up and get some good reactors for depending on which weapon you want to use. As always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next video, fucking cheers.